go.
Now we're
All
going.
right.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy Thursday tea party.
Yeah, it has been, is it 3 weeks?
I think it's been 3 weeks.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I know last video we said 2 weeks, and then we had another snow day.
Winter storm landed.
No, that was the one before. I forget what this
Well,
one
who
was.
the hell is this one?
I don't know.
I don't know. Winter
was-
storms.
It was ice, so office was closed on Thursday. So we are back, and we are so happy to be back in our normal weekly routine.
Yes.
No having to reschedule patients. I was just
No having to reorganize life.
Yes.
I mean, that was
yeah.
some of
Kids
it
off
too.
of school. Oh my gosh, mine were off for 3 days last week, which
Love our kids.
I
However,
do. I love
we
my
love the structure of our Monday through Friday routines. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what we were going to talk about is
Yeah.
routines.
Yeah.
And
self-talk.
yes, and how important that is. Like
Yeah.
the intention and the mindset
Mhm.
behind that and
Yep.
the sweet spot between rigidity and flexibility
Mhm.
and how if you're just kind of like in the flow of whatever life brings to you, like, and you don't have some sort of structure to that.
Yeah.
Like, it's great to be flexible, but it can also be a mess if you're just like amoebic. And then when you do have some idea of structure, you can be like, okay, things are a little thrown off, and the things that are important to me,
I will make it.
I will make happen.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
my girl here
Oh yeah.
is doing 75 hard for the second time.
Yes.
And your husband's doing it for the third, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
So, for those of you who've been following us for as long as we've been doing this, not this past September, this September prior, is that
Mhm.
right? We did 75 hard, which if you're not familiar with 75 hard, it entails 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes each, one which has to be outside, drink a gallon of water a day. You follow whatever eating plan you want to do. So it can be keto, it could be gluten-free, it can be, me personally, I'm doing no dairy.
with respect of keeping nourishment in mind.
Right.
Like you want to have a healthy idea and
Yeah. So mainly it's
Plan.
just not putting cheese on salads and sandwiches is really what it boils down to.
and you already eat healthy.
Yeah.
So that's not a
Oh, and no sweets. So, I mean, which actually hasn't been that bad. Oh, and you take a progress picture every day, and then you read 10 pages of a self-improvement book every day.
you didn't say water.
I didn't? Oh,
No.
a gallon of water.
A gallon of water.
Yeah, which is a lot of water. Not
Which
gonna
is-
lie. Which is why I run out of this office a lot to run down the hall and go to the bathroom. That's all right. All good. All
We
good
had
stuff.
great blogs about this. Like
Yeah.
we made a little thing on our website, so if you're ever interested, we'll attach that
Yeah.
in this. But it's called 75 hard
Because
because it's hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Yeah. Oh, and no alcohol.
All right.
Cheers. Cheers to drinking water. So
And
yeah,
mocktails.
and you know, I have a great support system, obviously with my work family, and then doing it alongside with my husband does make it a lot easier that, you know, we're both doing the same thing and being held accountable to, hey, did you read yet? Okay, well, I know you have to do this. I'll take care of this, you know, or hey, you know, what are you going to do for your second workout? Or, you know, what, so we work out a lot together.
Which you said the other day at the gym.
Oh,
Shout out
like-
to BioFit also.
yeah,
That
It's-
it's
it's a relationship builder. I mean, I really believe, because it's
Yeah.
you're working together, which is always a good thing to do in your relationship. So yeah. So it's
and
been
you're not doing identical things.
right. Yeah. So but so I've started this new routine. of waking up. So my husband gets up at 4 a.m. every morning because with his job, that's just what he needs to do to get to work by 6 and get his first workout in the day. So I have decided to get up at 4 a.m. as well, which is quite early. But I love it. So like on days like this where we don't come into the office until 10 but work till 5, well, I get up at 4 a.m., walk with him, and then do some other stuff around the house, get the kids off to school, and then head back home, and then I do my second workout. So that way both my workouts are already done before I come into the office at 10. So then that way when I get home after working here, I don't have to work out at 8 o'clock at night.
I love how you just said that you love it.
I do really love it.
Which is
Okay.
the mindset part.
Yes. So the book that I just finished this morning is called The Miracle Morning, which I highly recommend. We will definitely put a link because it is such a game changer book if you want to get in that really good mindset and you want to get a good morning routine. I mean, the things that you're able to accomplish in the morning. The first morning I did it at 4 a.m., it was this past Monday. Oh my God, I got so much done. I mean, like, the house was clean, I got both workouts in, I had breakfast, I still was able to, do what I needed to do with getting the kids off to school. And it was 10 a.m. and I got to work. I'm like, oh, I felt so accomplished. Granted, I was in bed at 8:30, which is fine. I'm totally fine with going to bed early, but just I felt so good about how much I had accomplished already in the morning. And one of the things the book talks about is how people, like, if you bring that up to people and they say, well, I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person, but I've changed my mindset to believe that I am a morning person. And he has in the book that if you talk about, like, when you go to bed at night and you say, oh my gosh, I gotta get up at 4 a.m., this is gonna suck, whatever you tell yourself, yeah, it is gonna suck. But
a lot harder.
Yep. But if you go to bed, like, that last thought that you think about before you put your head down on that pillow and you go to sleep is, you know what, I'm excited to get up at 4 a.m., I'm gonna get so much done. It's game changer.
Game changer.
Yeah. So I shared that with Jen. So now she's, kind of having that mindset with going to bed. It makes, huge difference. There's so many little nuggets in this book that are so good that I can just be life changing. Just how you think,
Yes. And not that I had a terrible perspective on getting up in the morning anyway. I mean, I have a much different lifestyle and like family setup than Erin does. And I found myself going, I should be doing 75 hard as well again. And then when I had to really think about it, I was like, now is not a good time for me to do this, considering all the other things that I have going on and my other responsibilities. I knew that I could not be committed to that. However, I love that you shared that with me, because I could say to myself, I have to get up at X time or whatever, and I'm excited. Not that I have to. We don't have to do anything. There's consequences for whatever you decide you do or do not want to do. I get to get up at this time. I'm excited to get up at this time. I'm gonna have energy at this time. That was my thing.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Just that a simple phrase can be whole changing to the entire day.
Yes.
So.
It's the lens through which we look at it.
Yeah. And that can even go into what happens here in this office. When someone comes in and says, I'm never going to feel better, or, whatever they say that is not in the right mindset. We're like, no, you are going to feel better. You are going to get better. You are going to get over this and be rid of whatever ailment or disease that they have been labeled with.
Yeah. Can you orient your focus to something better on the
Mhm.
horizon.
Yeah.
Can you even imagine that? Because it can't, none of it can change until that happens.
Yeah. Well, he talks about it in the book, rear view mirror syndrome. You know, so if you're always looking back about what's happened in the past, or how you always had this happen, or, you know, oh, well, when I've tried to run before, you know, it was awful, you know, or whatever the case may be, if you're constantly looking back, how can you focus on what's going forward and look forward to what is coming?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, it was a great book. I really enjoyed it. And so it just, we incorporated a lot to what we already do here,
Mhm.
you know, for ourselves, and then great mindset to pass on to people who come into the office, like, hey, and how we talk to them about, you know, no, let's be hopeful, you are getting better.
Mm-hmm.
And that mindset is a big step.
Yeah.
In the
And
right
the
direction
energy
to
that
take better.
produces in
Mhm.
the space that you're in is palpable. You can tell it, and people talk about it all the time when they come in here. And we ourselves know it. Like, we
Mhm.
know what it feels like when we're in a depressed mood, and that's not to say it doesn't happen. However, it's being able to ride through that
Mhm.
and being able to make sure that you check your mirrors, your rear view mirror, you check your side mirrors for what's going on in the periphery, but your focus is out on the horizon and you
Mhm.
keep going that way.
Yeah.
And people feel that. They feel the expanse of that whenever they come in here. They know that, yes, we're focused on what they have going on right now, but we don't want them going that way.
Mhm.
We don't want them staying here. We want you envisioning what is the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And again, I think that that's what's so cool about, we felt really accomplished whenever we finished 75
Oh,
the
yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
And it's just, again, the mindset, the intention, and the commitment that you put to these parameters around your life
Mhm.
make a huge difference.
Mhm.
We feel like we already lead really healthy lifestyles.
Right.
And there can always be tweaks. We're always wanting to learn something different. We're
Mhm.
always wanting to know if this shift is going to work best for us. And where you are in your life, you need to shift stuff.
Yeah.
Your life when you're single and, you know, young and have all time to yourself is totally different than whenever you're in your 40s and you have children and a family and
Mhm.
work and,
Yeah.
you know, so life has to shift and life has to change.
Yeah.
And
You can't
don't-
stay stagnant.
right,
in
and
one
you
area.
you don't know what works best for you until you start experimenting with that.
Mhm.
And the experiment can either be sufferable or it can, like, really create, you get to create
Mhm.
what is going to work best for you.
Yeah.
So I just think that's cool. And
Yeah.
then I know you've gotten some criticism too,
Oh.
which made me say, I mean, there's this great Denzel Washington quote that says, you will never be criticized by somebody doing more than you. You will always be criticized by somebody doing less. So, and in the Rays of the Dawn book that we talk about so frequently here,
Mhm.
when we were talking about
Oh,
this,
yeah.
because I got a little protective whenever I heard the criticism, and I was like, I wonder what the inverse, you know, if jealousy and criticism is the mind, and, you know, that's
Mhm.
the temperament of the mind.
Yeah.
What's the inverse? So non-interference, you know, was one of them, but
Mhm.
also duty. So when people know their duty and they take care of that for themselves, they're gonna, even if it doesn't work for them,
Yeah.
like 75 hard does not work for me right now.
Yeah.
No reason for me to criticize that.
Right.
I
Right.
did have to check my jealousy, but that was more my competitiveness, my self-competitiveness, more than it was jealousy. It was just like wanting to do what my friend was doing and
Sure.
support, but knowing that I couldn't be there. So
Yeah.
I do some of it. No drinking at the moment, which is not a hard thing to do. But anyway, you know, just,
And you do the water and the reading and
oh, I do. Yeah,
so.
I do. And I
Do
just
lots
like
of
the
good
idea of measuring it, you know.
Mhm.
Again, we do healthy things already, but you don't know how to change it if you're not measuring it.
Yeah.
And anyway, I'm really proud of you.
Thanks. So proud of
Thanks for
myself.
sharing. Thanks for sharing the little nuggets. Too.
Yes. Yeah. It's yeah. We'll definitely put a link in the book for
Yeah.
the book because I mean it really, really is a good book. I really enjoyed reading it.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna reread it after the book that I'm reading next, just because I know I'll get more out of it. But
Mm-hmm.
so
Just
that's what we got going on.
Yeah, but it was just the idea, like, again, we were getting back into the routine of our usual tempo
Mhm.
here, and that's what sparked our idea to talk about this.
Yeah.
And that's not to say it's easy.
No.
Something can be really, really hard, and you can still say, I'm excited to do this.
Yeah. Right.
And something could be incredibly easy, and we suffer through it for no reason. You know, it's always there. But anyway, if you want any more information about that, like I said, we'll put some links in with all of this. We don't profess to know exactly how we're doing that thing, but anyway,
It's all right. We'll figure it out.
you can always contact us, and we're happy to share the information.
Yeah. You know where to find us. Windmill Wellness Center.
Right. And yeah, so I think it's just a good thing to take a look at your routines and your habits, and are you being servant to them, or are they serving you for your best life?
Yeah.
That's a quote from somebody else. I don't know.
Well, like
Or it's a variation on a quote. I don't know. Servants and masters. So, anyway.
All right. And we're in a new month. So it's the month of March. So
Right.
we've got some new stuff coming up. A new meal, which is cabbage noodles, which I'll be sharing that video in the next couple days. We've already had it, and it was so yummy.
Right.
It was so yummy. So we've got that is our March recipe. Our March workout are burpees. So get
Good
out
old
there
burpees.
and do however many burpees that you want to do.
Yeah,
And
and whatever. I think on our website too, there's still our old burpee challenge
oh
under events.
yeah,
Yeah. So
that was good. That was a good one. That was a lot of burpees.
speaking of hard things that you address with,
Yeah.
And
And then
then-
we've got our video with our What's Up segment will be coming up
With Dr.
this
Sean.
month with Dr. Sean.
and that's with Lipo C, which
Yeah,
we did it this
Liquid
month.
Gold.
It is liquid gold.
good stuff. And then we'll have a video with Dr. G for Zone 5, I believe.
Mhm.
We're working our way backwards, right?
Yep.
So we got lots of great stuff coming up in the month
Yeah.
of March. So you'll see our faces come across the Facebook page quite often this month.
More regularly this month
Yes.
than you saw us in February, because hopefully the snow and ice are gone.
Gone.
We're done.
They are no longer welcome.
The farmers of Fresh Pasture Farms told us so.
Yes.
We listened to them.
Yeah, they said it's spring. I said great.
All right. So enjoy it, everyone.
Yes.
And-
And we'll see you back next week because we're going to have good weather and we're going to be here.
Right.
Yes.
All for it.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Take care, everyone. Be
Have a
kind.
good one.
Be well.